Hey guys, what is up? Smooth here, back with another 07scape video, and as you guys can see, we are looking at my ranks on the high scores, and I've dropped all the way down to rank 34,000. Now, if you remember the last video, I was at 25,000, and I wasn't happy with that, but unfortunately, since 07scape has come out, I've been busier than I can ever imagine. So I haven't had much of a chance to play as much as I'd like to, and this is probably going to be as low as I'm going to drop on the high scores. So with that said, let me just take a look and show you guys some of the rest of my stats. And from now on, you guys are going to see that it's time to make some gains. The first thing I did for the day was get ready for the Lost City quest. Now, in order to do this quest, you need 31 crafting, so I went over to Sears Village and I started picking some flax in order to make them into bowstrings. Now, it's probably been maybe 5, 6, or 7 years since I've last done this, but it did give me that feeling of nostalgia and it did bring back a lot of good memories, since this is probably one of the first things I did when I originally became a member. Also, I do like doing things from scratch instead of getting it from the Grand Exchange because it does give you that sense of accomplishment. So I picked a little bit over 1,000 and I turned them all into bowstrings, and it got me a little more than I needed, so I got up to 32 crafting instead of 31, and I was preparing for the Lost City. I knew before entering into the quest that I was going to have to fight a level 101 using magic, since I didn't really have the range level and you can't really use melee, not to mention I only have 1 defense. So beforehand I did do some rune crafting just to get my levels up, to get a couple ranks. Again, I'm not really too concerned with ranks, but I don't want to be ranked too low. And I also got up as far as being able to double craft air runes, so I did get quite a few runes out of it. While doing the quest, you're going to get onto Entrana, where you can't bring any bows or any weapons of any sort, so when you get to the level 25 skeletons, you're going to have to kill one of them to get an axe in order to cut the tree. You can see over here that I'm safe spotting behind it because you actually are allowed to bring runes, and I don't recommend meleeing these because they will hit pretty hard and you might have to kill a lot of them in order to get an axe. You can see that when I got over to the tree spirit, you can hide right behind the mushrooms to safe spot, and you can do the same thing for the skeletons. So I recommend bringing a lot of runes because these fights could take a little bit longer than you might expect. The quest itself doesn't give any really amazing rewards. You only get 3 quest points and access to Zenaris, which isn't anything really major, but you do get the ability to wield the Dragon Dagger, which is really awesome, and that's actually my favorite weapon in the game. So I'm excited to get that out of the way, and once I get 60 attack, I'll be ready to do some nice PKing. After that, I decided to do the Fight Arena quest, which gives a pretty large amount of experience for such a short quest. So you can see over here when I was fighting the different boss monsters, you could hide behind the skeletons on the ground and safe spot. I only brought 100 chaos runes for some water spell, but it was barely enough to make it. So you can see I kind of panicked over towards the end because when you fight General Khazard, in the EOC there's actually 2 different versions of him. There's a small one and a very large one. And that was after the Majorad update when they had that whole Ritual of the Majorad quest and that whole theme going on. But here you only have to fight 1 in 2007scape, so I just barely made it. I ended up with only 2 chaos runes and 2 casts left, because I actually thought I was going to have to flinch it towards the end. But you can see over here when the rewards came out, they were pretty awesome. I got 1,000 coins, 12,175 attack experience, and 2,175 thieving experience. So this gave me a large chunk of experience and definitely makes it a lot easier in getting 60 attack. The thieving XP reward from that quest gave me just enough to start thieving some stalls in Ardoon or Ardoin or whatever you want to call it. But I basically went up to level 25 here just to get some ranks, and I got some pretty good experience out of it. And also for the next video I plan on putting out, I want to do the quest, the feud, which needs 30 thieving to get started. So just for a quick recap, at the end of the day, I finished with a rank of 23,589, which is slightly more than a 10,000 rank improvement in one day. It sounds amazing when just to say it like that, but it really wasn't a lot considering 34,000 being so bad. And my total levels finished off at 552. Again, not too crazy, but still not bad. I made some decent progress. Most of those levels were in rune crafting and thieving. But yeah, I expect to gain a lot soon, and you probably won't see me drop too far below this rank, as I'm going to try to play a lot more this week, even despite work and all that. And one more quick thing, guys, I want to show you something that happened in the last video. I asked you guys to see if you could top the last video, which had 168 likes, and you guys did that and more. You nearly doubled it. So we got 300 likes on the last video. Now, I know it's a lot to ask, but I don't know if we could do it 3 times in a row. I want to see if you guys can try to top 300. So, yeah, give that like button some love, and if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe, and I will see you guys all soon. Take it easy, guys.